idea of nonviolence. What are the philosophic arguments Jainism uses to defend its atheism?
They like to argue that since God is perfect, how could He create such an imperfect?
Okay, yeah, that's the answer. This is on page 194. You're right. The doctrine that the world is created is ill-advised and should be rejected. If God is perfect, why did God create a universe that is imperfect? If God made the universe because of love, why is the world so full of suffering human beings? If the universe had to be created, did not God also need to be created? And where did God come from in the beginning? Those are the questions. What do you think the answers are?
I mean, they make sense to me. I can't really argue.
Why is this an imperfect world? If God is perfect and God is completely perfect, how can God create an imperfect world? Yeah.
I think in the beginning He did create a perfect world. At the same time, He gave us choice to make our own choice. He didn't want us to be like a robot to just follow Him. We had no choice. He wanted us to give us a choice to either we follow Him and worship Him, or either go a different way and go astray. That's my view of it.
Well, one of the things that would be a very Christian viewpoint, Judeo-Christian Islamic viewpoint, that God did create the world perfect, but because He gave human beings free will, and they misused their free will to disobey God, death entered the world and made the world imperfect. Yes, sir.
I think you'd also argue that, just like you kind of said, when there's light, there's also dark. When there's suffering, there's also happiness. So, I mean, the world's not all suffering. Some of it is, but there's also happiness in everything also.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this business of, do you believe that God is a complex being? No comments from the peanut gallery?
What do you mean
Do you
by
think God is a complex being? With complex thoughts, and a complex consciousness?
It also ignores the fact there may be purpose behind the creation as it is.
Yeah. Well, if you believe that God is a complex being and did not Himself need to be created, but He is the uncreated creator, then is it a big step to say that yes, the universe is a complex thing, but that doesn't mean that it needs to be created. It could be eternal, just like the complex creator God is eternal, for some others. And so if the universe is a complex, eternal thing, then the Jains would argue that it did not need to be created. It just always is, always was, and always will be. What do you think about that argument?
I tend to agree with it. I tend to agree with it.
You think the universe is eternal?
Yeah.
And that there is no God?
Yes.
All right.
I'm an atheist. Hey, I'm an atheist, so that's how it goes.
Okay.
So-
I respect that.